with the technology. Rub it in, circular motion. Put it in your belly button. And then I want you guys to go. If you have any pain in your ankles, in your knees, in your joints, wherever else that you have pain, I also want you to apply it there as well. Wherever that is, knee, elbows, joints, toes. Okay? If you got cellulite, if you've got varicose veins, apply it. Put it on. And what I have learned in all of us, and we're guilty, all of us are guilty for it, is that people only put the technology on in the morning or at night before they go to bed. What about throughout the day? You know, when I get on these corporate update calls with absolutely incredible testimonies, I always hear when people say that I'm not getting the results that I'm looking for, Roger Hill always asks them, how often are you using it? And it always comes down to that they're not using it often enough. Okay, there's no wrong way. Okay, I was talking to a lady the other day, and she was telling me, I think it was the day before yesterday, and she was telling me that her daughter's having some health challenges, and she wanted to get the technology for her daughter. And I said, okay. And I asked her, I said, well, you know, how tall is she and how much does she weigh? And she told me. And you want to make sure that when you're sharing the technology with people, you want to make sure that you ask the question, how tall are they? How much do they weigh? Because if you got a person that's 6'3", weighing 330 pounds or 350 pounds, that person needs to take more than just 1 ml. The recommended dosage is 4, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. But if a person has that height and that weight, well, they've got to really get it into their system. 1 ml is not going to do it. 2 ml is not going to do it. This person's going to have to go through a detox to really get the system, to really get the technology to work. So they probably should be doing 4 in the morning or 6 in the morning and 4 or 6 in the evening because of the height and the weight. Remember, when you go to the doctors, on your charts, it always have your height and weight. When they prescribe medication to you, it's based on your what? Height and weight. So that's one of the reasons why you really want to ask a person, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? Okay? And then maybe they need to use a little bit more or maybe a little bit less, depending on the height and the weight. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do that. You also want to make sure that you follow back up with people. Well, why? A person goes and purchases the technology, gets the technology, use it, and not using it correctly, they're not going to come back and be a repeat customer because they're going to say, well, that stuff didn't work. And they won't come back. Okay, they won't come back and buy again because they're going to feel that it's not working for them. That's why when you're sharing the information with somebody, you want to make sure that you walk them through on how to use it, follow back up with them after they use it a week or a couple of days later to make sure they're using it correctly. Because why? You're asking them to do something that they're not used to doing. Okay, it's called habit. You want to get a person to change their habit, they have to implement it for at least 2 months. Okay? Remember, no one has to tell you how to walk. You get up, and what do? You just walk and start doing and going wherever you need to go. Okay? So we have to get people into the habit of using the technology and using it correctly. Okay? Again, everybody, thank you so much. My name is Alexander. Man, I got some incredible information that I want to share with you. Get your notepad and pencils. Don't forget, throughout this presentation, apply the technology. Put it on. Put it on. Do what? Put it on. How often? Every day. 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, depending on the situation, okay? But continue to put it on. Don't stop. You're going to want it to do what you want to do, so therefore you're going to have to use it, okay? Everybody, hey, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Let's go ahead and move forward and make things happen. Let me go ahead and resume this. Sorry about that. My dog seems to be barking. Hang on, everyone.
Welcome everyone that is joining us. We're going to teach you how to build your mitochondria up. Your mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cells. This is how serious your mitochondria is. If you lost
So when
all
I
of your
took a look at
mitochondria right now,
MoreMito,
you
I
would
heard
just
about
drop
this
dead.
company
That's how
probably
serious. So pay
3 years
attention.
ago, but the first person that told me never followed back up. What if they would have? What if they would have called me and said, hey, Alexander, did you listen to the information? Folks, when I heard this program 3 years ago, I didn't know anything about a conference call. I didn't know anything about any testimonies. The person just sent me a link. I clicked on it. I went to the website. I said, what is this? And I left. No one ever called me. You know, you always hear people say the fortune is in the follow up, and it's true. But you have to know how to follow up with people. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you talk to someone about a program or an opportunity and you don't get back with them within a 2 week or a week period, they're going to think your program is not good. Because if it was, you would have called them back immediately. That's what I would have thought. So the last person that came after me, he kept calling me and said, Alexander, did you listen to the testimonies? And I said, no. He said, you got to go listen to them. I said, okay. But he kept calling me every other day saying, did you listen? I said, no. And as I began to listen, I said, I don't believe all. I was hearing stuff I've never heard in my life. I was hearing stuff that scared me. Stuff such as people getting shots in their eyes with a needle. I've never heard that until I got involved and listened to some testimonies. You know, people couldn't walk and people in wheelchairs and just all kind of different health challenges. And I was like, man, these people are not telling the truth. These people are not being honest because I didn't believe. But I said, you know what? There has to be some truth to some of this. Everybody can't be lying. So let me do my own research and find out what I can find. And I did. And I said, okay, let me order the technology. And within a 2 week period, I had 22 people in the company. So what I want to do is share with you some information, tell you what happened to me. I got the technology. I took the technology. I suffer with vertigo for the past 12 to 15 years. I've tried every juice, drink, shake, tea, coffee, patch, everything to get rid of vertigo. Vertigo is where you're always constantly dizzy, and I couldn't get rid of it. But when I got involved in MoreMito, my lady said, baby, how is your vertigo? After about 2.5 weeks of me being on the technology. And I didn't realize it was gone until she asked me, how is your vertigo? And I said, baby, it's gone, period. I said, man, this stuff worked. It got rid of the floaters in my eyes. So just that alone caught my attention. So what I'm going to do is share with you some information, and I want you to get rid of all distractions. And this is the reason why. You cannot stay focused on what's going on this Zoom if you've got the radio, the TV, the dog, or whatever. So I ask you to do this. Get rid of all distractions. They say our mind is like a parachute and it's not going to work unless you open it up. You can't do that if you've got all these distractions going on. So do me a favor, stay focused on the information. I'm going to cover a lot of information in a very short period of time. And I want you to do whatever you have to do. If you've got to go home and think about it or sleep on it or pray on it or whatever it is that you have to do that, and I respect that. But spend your time here wisely, because why? Once you spend the time, you can't take it back. So stay focused on the information, okay? So let me ask you this question. This is a very serious question. I want you to think about this. If you had to choose between $1 million or perfect health for you and your family, which one would you pick? Think about that. If you had to choose between $1 million or perfect health for you and your family, which one would you pick? You know, there's people right now that are worth millions of dollars and they have health challenges. They have whatever, challenge they got it. Okay. And I guarantee you they'll give back every dime, nickel, and quarter to get perfect health. Why? Because your health is your wealth. Folks, if you don't have your health, you will never acquire the wealth because you're not in good health. You're not going to feel like going out there and doing something. So that's very, very important. When I got started with the company, I met Roger Hill, and it just struck me the way that he approaches things. He has a unique intellect, and the best way that I can describe it from what I heard from Dale, he has the ability to find the corners in a circle. He's got an analytical approach to everything he does, and that intellect served him well in his career at NASA. Roger spent years at NASA, and Roger used to have regular meetings with people you and I read about in the history book. Just an incredible career. And how do you top a career like that? Well, you get recruited by the Pentagon. He spent years at the Pentagon. He really gained a reputation for creating a unique and one-of-a-kind pay plan, a pay plan that rewards the people. See, it seems like those other companies that I've been involved in had the type of compensation that had breakage for the company and not for the people. They have qualification where you had to qualify each month just to continue to get the check that you rightfully earn. Roger understood that the people are the company. If you reward the people, you will have a successful company. He was also responsible for putting 40,000 people in one company. He took all of that experience, that knowledge, and brought it here to MoreMito. Planted his flag here, and he is our CEO, and he runs this company, and we are so blessed to have him with us. And to give you more information on this company and this incredible technology, I turn this call over to Roger Hill.
Let me introduce you to us, particularly if you're new. By now, you may know that we are a nutraceutical company and that we're noted for making some profoundly effective products for people and their pets. And it's because of some very special technology that our scientist, Dr. Bevan Elliott, created. You know, he's actually pioneering a new way to make all of us healthier. And it's based on what I think is a really simple concept. What he wants to do is, first of all, increase the amount of energy that your cells can produce. How common sense is that? Doesn't everything take energy? If I go in your house right now and start turning down that current, wouldn't your lights start to dim at some point? Wouldn't your appliances start to malfunction and subsequently fail? Of course they would. Well, you know, that's the way it is when you go through life, because you start out with a lot of mitochondria. You tend to lose them to the extent that by the time you get to be 80 or 90, you may only have 5 or 10% left. Now, what goes with it as that goes? The loss of function, you know? From all those things you ran into that diminished your mitochondria, diseases you encountered along the way, lifestyle choices you might have made, medications you might have been prescribed. Among them, there are some serial killers of mitochondria, things you ran into in the environment. Dr. Elliott wants to reverse that trend. He wants to grow back your mitochondria to give your body an opportunity to get back that function that you've lost. He likes to use natural substances to do so, but he had to solve a significant problem with them called deliverability. They can have a difficult time being as effective as they could be. As good as we thought they fit in, there's a level above that if you could actually get them to be delivered into your cells properly. Dr. Elliott created this technology. It's called XDS, that stands for Exponential Delivery System, and it's in all of our products. And it is the reason that things get into your cells and even deeper into your mitochondria and create all these amazing stories that you hear in every single one of our calls. He created a product line for us. It's called UltraMito, and I'm going to tell you about that.
Thank you, Roger, so much for your time and your expertise and being on this Zoom. We really appreciate that, sir. Your mitochondria are components in your cells that produce energy. They're commonly called the powerhouse. When you get 75, 80 years old, you're lucky if you have 5 or 10% of your mitochondria left. You know, in that demonstration, Roger Hill says, if I turn down the energy in your home, what happens? Your house runs on 120 watts. If it's only at 54, the microwave is not going to work. The lights are going to be dim. So the things in your house is not going to work like they're supposed to, because why? Because of the energy. You literally cannot be your healthiest unless your mitochondria are at their best. And what tears down your mitochondria? You know, Roger talked about all the different things that does, but guess what? Stress, negativity, worried about the job, worried about how you're going to keep gas in the car or pay the bills. Those things can tear down your mitochondria. So what do we have? We have a technology. It's our 3rd generation, and guess what? This technology helps to rebuild your mitochondria and restore that in your body. And just give you an idea of what it does. You know, they were talking about that when they opened up King Tut's tomb, that there was black seed in there. This has 44 ingredients, and you can go to the website to look at all the different ingredients that's in this product here. And it's very simple to use. It's very easy. All you do is take the recommended dosage, just 4 milliliters a day. And what do? You don't just put it in your mouth and swallow it. You put it underneath your tongue and you hold it so it can get into your bloodstream. And then you swish it around like it's mouthwash. And then you let it settle back underneath your tongue. And you swish it around like it's mouthwash. Let it settle back underneath your tongue. And you swish it around like it's mouthwash. Let it settle back underneath your tongue for as long as you can. Then you swallow. You do 2 milliliters in the morning and 2 in the evening. That's a total of 4. When you get it, there's a little dropper in there. The top line on the dropper says 1 ml. So remember, you got to do 2 of those in the morning and 2 in the evening. But what we've learned
regular
is
dose
that when
is
you mix the
4
Restore
milliliters.
and the Rejuvenate, it has an
And if you
incredible
think you're going to
effect.
forget to do 2 in the morning,
So
2 in the
this is going to
evening,
help work from the
you're welcome to
inside
do them
out.
all at
If
the same
somebody's got a
time.
knee pain, bone on bone, back pain, head pain, well, this is going to help work from the inside out. Well, what's going to help to work from the outside in? Rejuvenate. Rejuvenate 2.0. Help you with your skin, help you in your hair, burn, scrape, scratch. This will be your go-to product for anything that you see on this screen. I'm telling you, when I learned about how you could brush your teeth to help with your gums and gingivitis and bad breath, you can use it as deodorant. Because there's a lot of stuff in deodorant that's not good for us. And we put that stuff on every single day. Well, guess what? You can use this. I had a guy tell me, he says, Alexander, this product is so awesome. I put it anywhere I have skin. I said, man, that's all over, right? So I wish I could get it in a gallon. And I was hearing people talk about how it would get rid of pain instantly. But I don't really have any pain, thank the good Lord, knock on wood. And I said, yeah, right. Well, I experienced it because I was helping my son move, and we had a U-Haul truck, and I ended up hitting my knee on the back of the U-Haul truck, helping him move. And I hit it pretty bad. And I mean, every time I would bend that knee, it swelled up and it would hurt really bad. But I had some of the Rejuvenate. I said, what, let me put this on my knee. And I put it on my knee, and I was amazed at within less than 5 minutes, the pain was gone. I said, man, that stuff worked just like they said on the call. Okay. There's times when I wake up throughout the night, if I sleep too long on my right-hand side, my hip gets to aching and bothering me. And you guys know if you got some pain somewhere, it will wake you up. You don't want to be awakened, but guess what? If you have some pain somewhere, it's going to wake you up. And I would put the stuff on it. And the first time it happened, I put it on, and I said, no, that didn't work like that. That didn't go away. It only went away because I was walking from the bedroom to the bathroom. But folks, the pain went away. I want to show you this person here, put it in his hair. His hair grew back. Look at the before and the after on his hair. This lady right here, look at her skin. It's good for the skin. As well as if you have any aches in your hand, if you have pain in your feet, this will go down deep, penetrate the skin, the muscles, get into the joints, get into the cells to help. Now, don't just put it on once. You got to continue to feed it. Put it on. I want you to understand is that some people have challenges that they've had for 20, 30 years, and they expect this to get rid of it in a week. You cannot expect this technology to fix something that you've had for 20, 30 years in a week. Okay? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But your body's going to do what it needs to do to fix itself. This is called bundle number 7. If you buy 3, you get 1 free. So we also have another product called the Brain and Body. They had this product 3 years ago, and it was a big horse pill, and people complained about the pills being so big. So Dr. Devin came and reformulated and put it in a capsule. So anyone that that have challenges in the mental capacity, but I know somebody that will leave the living room, go to the kitchen, and get in the kitchen and forgot why he walked in the kitchen. I was like, man, you need some of this, right? But, I'm like, man, I don't want to be like that. But what we have been hearing is that people have been taking this, and it's been causing the synapses in the brains to fire. I had a lady that I was talking to, and I called her right, and she said, Alexander, I told you I'm not good with products. I'm not going to get involved in any products. And I said, I know. but that's not why I'm calling you. She said, well, I told you I'm not going to go get nobody. I'm not going to go recruit nobody. And I said, I know, but that's not why I'm calling you. She said, okay, why are you calling me? And I said, the reason why I'm calling you is because I know that you need to have back surgery. I said, I know that your mother don't even know your name, and that hurts your heart. Only thing I want you to do is get on a call and just listen. You ain't got to go tell nobody. You don't have to, you don't have to go market the product. I just want you to become a customer and see if this technology will help you. And she did. She got involved in the business, purchased the product, and put in 12 people. The same person that told me, I'm not going to do nothing. Some people have pets, and this right here is something that I found that says pet owners in the U.S. has jumped significantly over for the past 3 decades. In 2024, of 66% of U.S. households, 86.9 million people have pets. 86.9. So if you have a pet that's kind of slow, don't greet you at the door, don't run and jump on you, kind of sluggish. Folks, we have a product called Petlife, the Pet 2.0, to help with the pets. Now, this is the thing. Pets can't have citrus. So this Petlife is the same as the Restore without the citrus. I've also learned that people can put this in their eye, because if you put the Restore in your eye, it's going to burn really bad. I'm going to hear you all the way in California, because it's going to burn that bad. But you can use the Petlife. It'll still sting a little bit, but it won't burn as bad because it won't have the citrus in there to cause it to burn. So you can definitely use the Petlife. 4 lines of products. We have the Restore 3.0, the Rejuvenate 2.0, we have the Petlife, and the Renew. There's other things, and I will tell you, folks, so you definitely want to make sure that you're on the corporate update call on Saturday. And I always tell people this, it is not mandatory for you to be on these calls. No, it's not. But is it mandatory for your success? Yes. Is it mandatory for you to learn how to use the product? Because there are people that's coming to us and telling us, I never knew that you could brush your teeth with the Rejuvenate until I heard it on the call. And guess what I've been doing? Brushing my teeth with it. I never knew about using it as deodorant, heard it on the call. And the testimonies that we hear is awesome. And I tell people, tell your testimonies, because you never know when your testimony might be a blessing to somebody else. You just don't know. So don't be afraid to tell your testimony. So I tell people this, make a decision to make a decision. How much does it cost to join this company? It's free. We don't have a monthly requirement on an auto ship. A person does not have to be on an auto ship every single month to be qualified to earn commissions. No. And there's a lot of great companies out here. Okay, I've been a part of some of them. Okay, they're still in existence. And when companies ask you to join, Roger said something to me that made sense. I never thought about this. He said, why does a company make you join them if you want to join? I never thought about that. Because all the companies I've been in, I had to pay a sign-up fee or application fee or website fee or whatever outside of what it costs for the product. He also says this, why does a company make you get on a monthly auto ship to get your check if you rightfully earned your check? I was like, man, that makes sense. I never thought about that. So you know what's really important is how much does it cost to start? Free. I think everybody can afford free. Even our marketing system, even our audios, our videos, even this Zoom, free. All you have to do is get people to join, or look. I should say join. Look at it. I want to ask you guys a question, and I want you to think about this. All of us at some point in time have
And
played
that's if you
baseball.
choose to earn income off
Right.
of it. You can just be a customer.
And think about this. What is the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to hit a home run. Is to run all the bases and hit a home run to score for the team. Let me ask you a question. And as a matter of fact, I want to do this. I'm going to ask the question, and I want you guys to unmute, and I want some of you to answer the question. Listen to the question carefully. If you step up to the plate and you hit the ball and you run directly from home plate to second base, what happens? So now, I want you guys to unmute and tell me what happens.
You're
You hit
out.
a double.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You hit a double.
You're out.
Okay, I can't
You're
get a
out.
double. Go ahead.
You get a chair, people will cheer for you.
Okay. What's the next?
You get to move on.
You get to
You're
five.
fast. You're fast in movement.
Okay, you're fast in movement. Okay.
You're out.
Thank you. Who said that? Who said you're out?
Oh, that first base.
Tomiko.
Baby, you know I'm sorry, co-host, you know the answer. Okay, okay. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay, while she's here, let me go ahead and make you co-host. So I want you guys to listen to the question again. I'm going to ask the question again, and I want you guys to listen very carefully. You step up to the home plate. Your goal is to do what? To hit a home run, of course. That's the ultimate goal. But you hit the ball and you run directly from home plate to second base.
Okay, so you didn't go to first.
That's correct. Okay.
You're out.
Thank you. You're out. Now let me ask a question.
Like she said.
Okay, now hear me out. Why are you out?
But you missed first base.
Thank you. You missed
Mhm.
You didn't follow
first
instructions.
base. Huh?
Mhm.
You didn't follow instructions.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. But guess what?
Or you
Everybody who
didn't do the
plays
game.
baseballs know the rule. The rule is to hit the ball and run to first base. You're
Mhm.
supposed to go to first base. Why is it called first base? Because that's first base. Second base, third base. So yes, you are out
You didn't
because
take the
you
first
ran
step.
directly from home plate to second base and you did not go to first. So why am I explaining this to you? Because I want you to understand in any opportunity, network marketing opportunity, any business that you're doing, you have got to get the person to first base. If you try to get them to second base, guess what? You might be out of a customer, out of a person that's listening, out of a person to come back and buy more. So what is first base? First base is to get them to one of the Zooms. First base is to get them, actually, let me back up a little bit. First base is to pick up the phone and make contact. That's first base. Nothing happens until you make contact with the person and say, hey, I got something I'd like to share with you. I want to invite you to listen to a corporate update call. I want to invite you to a Zoom. I want to invite you to a call on Wednesday or Thursday, whatever days that your upliners are having their calls. That's first base. See, nothing happens until you make contact. Remember, about 2 weeks ago, I had asked you guys to do something for me. Now, I don't know if all you guys have done it, okay, but now I'm going to repeat what I said. I had asked all of you, and I want you guys to do this. I want you guys to write this down, and I want you to do this. I ask you guys to call your answering service and listen to it. How does it sound? Does it sound like you're in business? Does it sound like you know what you're talking about? Is it ghetto? Is it professional? Do you have background noise? Do you hear the pots and pans? It's amazing. Some people are sitting in their car and will record answering voicemail on their cell phone, and you hear them driving on you tell they're driving. That's not professional. Okay, so I want you guys to do that. Why? Because remember, write this down. The first impression is an everlasting impression. You're mailing postcards, you're giving out your business cards, you're handing out flyers, you're talking to a person and you're giving them your number to contact to call you. You don't get the call. They listen to your answering service. Is it professional? They should not be hearing the dishes, pots and pans, the smoke detector beeping in the background, okay? TV and the radio, okay? They should hear absolutely nothing but your voice. And only your voice, okay? So I want you guys to do that. That's going to be you guys' homework for this weekend is to do that. Okay, Something happened to my screen. Hang on, let me go back to my screen because I think something happened to it. Okay. Co-host, are you there?
So while he's doing that, Stephanie Alford
Yes, I am.
wants to
Okay,
thank you
awesome.
guys
Thank
for
you so much.
joining us.
I'm gonna
Remember,
go to
if
this
you didn't
next
get
video
your
that I
pens
wanna
and your
play,
papers, you want to get that because you don't want to
but
miss
I
out
want
taking
you
on
to
any of this
check
health
your blue
knowledge.
eyes
And
on
make
the
sure you
chat.
get your
For some
drinks and your
reason, my
snacks.
screen is not working. Oh, hang on, everyone.
Okay, just real briefly, I just wanted to go over a few things while he's
Sure.
getting his screen adjusted. We want to make sure that we'll raise our Zoom hands and unmute our mics when asked to do so. And when providing your comment, testimonial, or questions, please try and limit it to 2 minutes. So then that way we can give everybody the opportunity to be able to speak and we receive all of the different information from everyone. Okay, thank you so much for your cooperation. We appreciate it. Right now, the chat is has been closed for now, and it's back to you, Alexander.
I'm having a problem with the Zoom. It's not working.
So guys, while he's trying to get that back fixed,
a
if
certain
somebody else
area.
referred you, you want
Let
to
me
always
check
make
and
sure
see.
you
Did
get
I-
back with the person
Did I make
that
you
referred you
co-host?
once
Did I
you
make
get all
oh,
of this
know what? I
health
did
Oh,
knowledge.
you make me host.
Sorry.
That's why, yeah.
That's the reason why it's not working. Okay, I need you to
You want me to log out?
No, log out.
Okay.
Hang on. Okay. I got the host back. The host back. See, I put her in charge. Okay.
Okay, so what I was saying was, at the end, you want to make sure you get back with the person that invited you because they invited you for a reason. Now, if you were not invited by myself, Stephanie Alford, or, the person that sent you the information for this episode to you, may not even be a customer of MoreMito, but they may have thought, oh, well, this person has cancer, or this person has this person has that, and they thought about you and they shared this information. In that case, then you can go to my website and create your free customer website, right? My website that you'll go to and create, because you have to be referred by somebody, right? You can't just call the company and say, hey, I want to order some product. And so you can go to www.moremito.com/S Alford. That's MoreMito.com/SALFORD. You're going to click join, then referring customer. Complete the information, which is real simple. It asks you to choose a username, put your email address, pick a password, put your first name, last name, address, phone number, what country you live in, check that you're not a robot, and check the policies and procedures, and click register, and your website's up just like that, guys. It's very, very easy.
He had 7 strokes and 6 heart attacks. And I want you guys to listen. I mean, that's incredible. 7 strokes and 6 heart attacks. And I want you guys to listen to what happened when it occurred, okay? And listen to his story, okay? Because I think it's very important that we understand what this technology can do for so many
And
people.
if you're late getting on, and you want to go back and hear the full episode, then once it's uploaded, you can go to Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie on YouTube, and you can find that full episode under the playlist for Thursday
Bill,
Zoom
how
calls.
many strokes and how many heart attacks had you had?
I've had 7 strokes and 6 heart attacks.
Okay.
Well, the first stroke I had, it hit me by surprise because I didn't have any kind of advance notice. And I was at a restaurant, and all of a sudden, when I had that stroke, I was dizzy. I couldn't even walk straight. And I went to the hospital.
Okay. What was the state of your health at the time in terms of your measurements?
The state of my health was not very good. I was weighing 320 pounds, and I wasn't on a diet. I was eating everything in sight.
Okay. What about your A1C and your blood pressure at that time?
My A1C at that particular time was at 13, so I was really diabetic.
Okay. Tell me what happened the first time you had a stroke.
First time I had a stroke, I was at a restaurant, and I didn't have any advance notification, and all of a sudden I started getting very dizzy, and I stood up and I couldn't even walk straight. I had to go to the hospital. This was on February 20th. A year later, in the next 4 years, I had strokes on February the 20th. Every one of them was a year later on February the 20th.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, tell me what that first heart attack was like and when you had that heart attack in relationship to those 7 strokes.
Well, my first heart attack, I was in the shower, and all of a sudden I was getting very lightheaded. And I actually lost my balance and fell backward into the tub. And my wife said that I had died because I was gray and I wasn't breathing. And so she called the fire department. And about that time I woke up. And I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm calling the fire department." I said, "Why?" Because you just blacked out. I said, "Well, I'm fine now," because the blood had gone back into my head. And so I sat up, and I was taken to the hospital.
Okay, so now fast forward to the Restore and Rejuvenate era. Right before you started on our technology, what was your weight, your A1C, and your blood pressure versus what it became after you got, versus what it is right now?
Yeah, when I first started on the Restore, my weight had dropped down from 320 pounds down to 230 pounds. And then when I started on Restore, after about 6 months, I was down to 190 pounds. And that was without dieting. That's just watching what I ate, but I did not eat any kind of pies, cakes, sugar, cookies, ice cream, those sorts of things. I stayed off of sugar completely.
How about your blood pressure, Bill?
Well, my blood pressure back then, I was taking medication for my blood pressure, and it was about 160 over 105. And once I was feeling pretty good, my A1C was at 5.8. I got off my medications, and today I had my blood pressure taken, and it was down to 112 over 69 without medication.
So your weight went from 230 to 190, so you lost 40 pounds in the 6 months.
Yeah.
Your A1C, I'm hearing, was at 5.8, which is,
It's borderline diabetic.
Borderline diabetic, and now that's 5.2, is just solidly normal.
It's solidly normal, and I'm not on any kind of insulin or medications at all.
Mm-hmm. And that blood pressure from a really high number to 112 over 69. How are the doctors responding to this?
Well, when my doctor first saw my numbers, he said, "Wow, whatever you're doing is great." But I asked him, "Well, do I need to stay on insulin and other medications?" He says, "Well, why don't you stay on them because you were diabetic for so long." I said, "Okay." And then 6 months later, I told him, "I'm getting off. I don't need this." So I'm not on any kind of diabetic medications right now.
Okay.
He
All
had
right,
to tell
thanks
the
for sharing
doctor
that,
he
Bill.
was getting off
Okay.
instead of the doctor telling
Most
him
people
that he doesn't need the
cannot
medication.
survive that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
when I first heard that, I was totally shocked at me listening to this gentleman tell his story. Okay, because he passed. Apparently, his wife is letting him know that he had passed away, and didn't even know he passed away. Okay, and to just go through that, the average person cannot come through that and be able to talk like he's talking. I mean, you listen to him, it doesn't sound like he has had 7 strokes and 6 heart attacks. Okay, it doesn't because most people that have gone through that, they have to go back through speech therapy to get back and to be able to talk, you know, and because they can't speak clearly, you can't understand it, you have to really listen to them, or whatever the case is. But to go through that and to survive and to tell the story, you know, even with people that's on the Zoom right now listening to that, all of us know somebody who has had a heart attack or who has stroke, who has had a stroke, or maybe a family member, somebody at where you work at who has done it. But all of us know somebody who has had something happen to them to where this technology can really be a blessing to them and to help them. So what is our responsibility? To deliver the message, to tell the story, to bring them to the call, to bring them to the Zoom? Because I would hate for it to be a family member and then we say, oh, we could have, should have, would have. Well, it might be too late. Okay, so what I wanted to do now, I have another video. I'm not going to play it right now. I'm going to play it, but I want to get some people that if you want to raise your hand and have my co-host call on you to do a testimony or ask questions, we'll entertain that while I get the other video set up. Co-host, you there?
Yes, I am, and I was actually I'm opening up the chat line again too. So I did put a little note in there just as a reminder from what I had mentioned earlier. If you have any questions, comments, or testimonials, please raise your Zoom hand and unmute your mic and wait to be called on. And once you're called on, you can either say your name or then present your 2-minute question, comment, or testimonial. And also too, if you don't want to raise your Zoom hand or unmute your mic, you're more than welcome to provide something in the chat box and we'll definitely get called on. And if necessary, we'll call you to the front, so be prepared for that. But at this time, we as Alexandra did mention, we are open for everything. So if you want to, at this time, please raise your hand, Zoom hand, and or unmute your mic. Okay, I do see someone here. Let's see, it's Todd Thompson. You have our attention. Please proceed.
Hi, it's great to be here. I love your Zooms, Alexander. You do a great job.
He does.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I've been on MoreMito quite a while, and I had something happen to me that was really strange. I've been like borderline diabetic for many, many years because I take medication that raises my blood sugar. And I didn't realize that until just recently that it was the medicine causing it. But my sugar has always been high on blood tests and everything. And I started getting neuropathy, and I couldn't even comprehend that I was getting it. I mean, it's like I didn't believe it. It's like, I'm not diabetic. I couldn't be getting this. And I went to a neurologist, and I had a full-on nerve test, and I said, no, you're fine. And I went to a podiatrist one day, and he confirmed it. He used a tuning fork, and I could feel it on my leg, but I went and he put the tuning fork on my feet. I couldn't feel it. And he said, you have neuropathy. So I finally accepted the fact that I've got to do something about this. And it started getting really bad, where it was really uncomfortable. And I was really super numb, and just, I'd been dealing with it for a while. So I took I had just barely started on the MoreMito. It wasn't very long ago. And when I first got started on it. So I took that gel, and I would just put it on my foot, like over and over and over and over again, until I was just coating my feet. And it seemed like I wasn't doing anything at first. I just kept putting it on and putting it on, like, 5 times. And by the time I got to the 5th time, like in repetition, one after another, I was getting some relief, and the neuropathy just was gone, and it never came back.
Praise God.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's just, I don't have to put the gel on every day or everything. When that time happened and it was so bad, I just coated my foot with the Rejuvenate, and it went away completely.
Built his
So I'm just
mitochondria
grateful
up.
for that.
And when your mitochondria is built up, your body can
Thank
fix
you so much,
itself
Tom.
from anything.
I appreciate it.
Even
And again,
neuropathy, like you
everyone,
heard him talking about.
Because of us listening to his testimony, can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me? Hang on.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
thank you. And that's the reason why I always say that it's important to share your testimony because, again, you never know who it can be a blessing to. I mean, maybe someone on this call right now who did not know about their neuropathy or taking it and putting it on their feet or rubbing it between their toes or putting it on the bottom of their feet or whatever. You know, I tell people this technology is going to be your go-to. I don't care what it is. And you scrape, scrub, scratch, bruise, bump, spider bite, whatever, right?
Got a cold, got
Any
COVID,
cut, right?
you name it.
Take the mixture and apply it. As a matter
Wanna
of
feel
fact, since we're
younger?
talking about the mixture,
Mobility
I want you guys to go
issues?
ahead and
Yes.
take the mixture and apply it to all the areas that we talked about earlier. While we're on this Zoom, you should have your technology right there in front of you, so you go ahead and apply it as well. There was someone who typed in the chat about putting your head back when you're taking your pills to not choke. Guess what? I've never even thought about that. Okay, and if you want to come up and kind of give an explanation on that, that would be great. But as again, everybody, the products discussed is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. We're not saying that. We cannot say that. Your body's going to do what it needs to do with what you give it. This technology is designed to rebuild your mitochondria. And again, before I got involved in this company, ladies and gentlemen, I knew absolutely nothing about mitochondria. I didn't even know what it was. And I'm pretty sure most of you have no idea. Anyway, go
So
ahead.
Alexander, really quick, real quick, Alexander, you mentioned that you wanted the participant who mentioned about tilting your head back
Yes.
to come to the front. She is to the front, and then we do have some others participants who have had their hand raised.
Okay.
I'd like to get call on them as well.
Sure, go
So
ahead.
Cloud Mobile Stratus CB, you're up.
Yeah, I'm David McCullough. Yeah, I heard that somewhere else, and for many years I've been able to swallow 10 pills at a time without choking.
And you said don't tilt your head back. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And if you tilt your head back, any idea why?
Your throat closes. That's why you choke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. I mean, I've never even thought about that. You know.
Me either.
Okay.
This is why you get on, so you can get your
Thank you for
health
sharing
knowledge.
that. We
This is how you
appreciate
learn.
You're
Mr.
welcome.
McCullough.
Knowledge is power.
Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead to, we had John's, he was next. Did you want to present a comment, question, or testimonial?
Oh, yes, thank you. Good evening, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Alexander, for having such a lovely and a pleasant table for all of us to come and sit by and enjoy
Every
the knowledge,
Thursday,
wisdom,
same
and
time,
understanding.
same
But
place.
like I didn't get a chance to speak the other day to speak on, I like to send prayers out, and I appreciate it if you would join in and say, Queen Rebecca, who is our customer service lady, she's not feeling well, we keep on prayer, because prayer works, ladies.
Prayers out to Rebecca.
And the thing about this here program is faith. You have to have faith in anything that you do. If you don't have faith, it's not going to work, or it's just going to surprise you. And as Alexander was saying, please tell your testimony, because it's not for you, because you never know what another person is going through.
That's right.
The neuropathy, I've experienced that for over 15 years or so. And it's gone. I use green alcohol myself. I wash my feet with green alcohol and Epsom salt, and I apply the technology to it. It's nothing like this. You can't go no place else and find anything like this. And I just like to thank you all for taking the time to come in to get some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And please share this here information, because it's well needed. And as Alexander said, we cannot tell you that this here cures. It allows the body to cure itself. You all be blessed, take care, and don't forget it was made for sunburn. So let them know.
Yeah, Rejuvenate Gel was
restore,
originally
and
designed
get
for
yourself
sunburn.
together.
Dr.
Be
Bill
blessed,
Ellis
everyone.
designed it for
Good night.
sunburn.
Awesome,
And
John.
look what
Thank
all
you,
it
man. I
does.
always appreciate you showing up and coming to the table. And you know what? Every time I set this table, you have a special invitation with your name on it. So thank you, and I thank all of you for showing up and coming up. So okay, appreciate every single one of you. Go ahead, Carlos.
Yes, most definitely. Let's see, Grace White, you've been patiently waiting, so we thank you so much. Please proceed with your question, comment, or testimonial.
Hi everybody, how you doing? I also wanted to just say thank you for John Chaney. I always enjoy him. He's such an encouragement. Every time I hear him, I'm always running in the car back and forth, and it just encourages me so much to keep on. Because sometimes on this journey, guys, you're tired and you are overwhelmed, and and so I just want to say thank you to all the leaders, on every call. That's so encouraging. I just want to share a quick testimony real quick on something that just happened just now. I was on the phone with Greg O. I was just coming out of Roxborough Hospital, and I was like, Greg, my throat. I said, I slept underneath the air conditioner, guys. Thought I put the blanket. I was sleeping in my son's bed, and the air conditioner was too close to me. And I got cold in my shoulder and my neck. And I was like, this thing, I mean, it's really, really not good. It's really bad. And so I took the Rejuvenate, I took the Restore and put it, I had a little sample here, and I juiced it up real good and rubbed it around my neck, my ears, my eyes, my shoulder, my back. And I just said, I remember I had choked like a couple, maybe a month ago. I had choked,
Put the
and I
Rejuvenate
had
Gel
put the
on your chest.
Rejuvenate in my throat because my throat was
And your
hurting.
bottom of your feet.
So I just took a whole clunk of Rejuvenate, guys. And of course, it was very, very oily. And I put it in the back of my throat and let it slide down my throat just now. All the pain. When I was talking to Greg like 10 minutes ago, I was wheezing because I was coughing that hard.
Wow.
When I tell you the pain is gone, the wheeze is gone, and I said, wait a minute, because I'm always trying to find ways. What else can MoreMito do? What can it do? We ask those questions, everybody say, okay, it just can't raise you from the dead. I said, well, has anyone tried yet? So I'm always looking for different ways of using the technology. And I said, Greg, do you tell me we got a cough syrup now? I literally took that Rejuvenate and swallowed a sample, guys. I did it twice and let it go down my throat. The pain stopped on contact. I said, oh my God, it's a Rejuvenate now, a cough syrup. But so I just wanted to just share that because, like you guys, like you say, MoreMito is my American Express. I don't leave home without it. Period.
That's right. Me
It's
either.
in my bag. It's my co-pilot on the other seat of the car. I got everything with me. So I just wanted to share that with somebody because maybe this will be helpful to someone. And I just really appreciate you guys, and I love you guys, and y'all stay strong out there and keep MoreMito'd up. And matter of fact, put some of that XDS on your face, like Cheney said, and let's grow your business, okay? So we can take over the world. Love you guys.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Grace. That was
Yes,
heckin'
Mito
funny.
is taking over.
When you said that, that the technology raised the dead, and you said, has anyone ever tried? I just like that. You had me laughing. That was funny.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
Pastor Sarah, she's about 78. She had cancer. She had a whole lot of things going on. So she got on the MoreMito. Great testimony. Lost 65 pounds. We go to New Jersey. Her niece is transitioning. So she's going to go say bye. So she asked me to give her a ride. So I give her a ride. I'm like, can she hold something under her tongue? Because, I'm about it, So she said, her sister said, I think she will listen to me. She put the oil underneath her tongue. And I had about 3 jars of cream. I stay cable ready, right? So literally, I had one leg. Pastor Sarah had another leg. Now, mind you guys, her whole body looked just like your wrist. If you were to look at your wrist and your forearm, that was her arms and her legs. She was gone. There was no meat on her body. Okay? And we rubbed her down for 3 hours. I used 3 jars. I had one leg. Pastor Sarah had the other leg, and her kids was on the top. And we kept pouring it in. One of Greg's god sisters, a registered nurse, and she take care of cancer patients. And it was my first time seeing something like that. She literally had not eaten or drank or opened her eyes for 7 days.
Wow.
So she was transitioning.
She was.
Okay? She woke up, grabbed the arm of the chair, Alexander, and rocked forward like she tried to stand up. And everybody in the house was like, oh my God. And she said, I'm thirsty. Now, mind you, I had Greg's guy sister on the phone. She said, y'all better put a diaper on her. She was getting ready to have a bowel movement. She had a bowel movement. She woke up and said, I'm thirsty. And they gave her some Ensure. And I'm telling you, if we were able to, it was my first experience, but if we were able to stay with her, so if somebody is that close to death, if they can put something in their mouth, excuse me, if they can put something and hold them in their rectum, because it's still going to get into their body, I say fight to the end until the breath stops.
That's right.
I always say just do it because I
This
saw
is
that.
encouraging.
And when
Wow.
you see something like that, you can't come back from that. That's why I'm always running. I'm sitting outside Roxborough Hospital right now. I'm always running. If they got breath in their body, 3 feet and breathing, get them, help them. Because this stuff, literally, I saw it raise this girl. She was transitioning and woke up and said, I'm thirsty.
Wow.
Listen, that's all you had to show me because you guys hear all my excitement. I be turned out. Like, I'm seeing miracles out here, and it's just blowing my mind. Really, it's blowing my mind. So, literally, when I say, you know, it hasn't raised anybody up from the dead yet, let's go, Alexander. We can raise a few people from the dead. Love you guys.
You know what? And the reason why you can tell the story that you just told is because you're sharing and you're out there. And when you see
Sharing is
something like
caring.
this, they always say experience is the best teacher, and it is.
Yeah.
And because you're seeing this and you've seen it, you're gonna preach it every single day. But if you were sitting at home, not doing nothing, not telling, not sharing, not putting it on, not taking it, guess what? You ain't got no story to tell nobody. Everybody, your story can be blessing to somebody. You know, you guys, I think some of you guys have heard me talk about the lady who had the guppy, and the guppy was in her fish tank dying, and she put some of the technology in the water, and the next day the fish is swimming like he's brand spanking new. I would have never ever heard that story if I did not get on the corporate update call. A guppy, I would have never thought about that. And Roger Hill told me that mitochondria is in plants. So if you got a plant that's dying, maybe you might want to give us technology. I don't know, right? I don't have any plants, but I'm just saying, by us staying plugged into what we can stay plugged into, you never know what you can learn. If you listen to one statement, one sentence, one word, it might make the light bulb shine a little bit brighter. Okay? Go ahead, co-host.
Wow, okay, great. Beautiful testimonials. Oh, I love them. Keep them coming because it fortifies us all. So thank you
This
so
is
much,
why
all of you.
we tell people you
We
want to
do
get
have
on
some
and get
more
this health
phone-
knowledge.
not phone, I'm sorry. Participants that have their hands raised and mics unmuted. Do you want me to continue with the participants that are currently showing it? Do you want me to
No, go
to
right
the
ahead.
chat?
We got some good ones coming.
Okay, great. Okay, we're gonna go to the chat, and after this, we're gonna go to the chat. We'll get you to those that have made comments in the chat, but we're gonna go ahead and finish right now with some more participants. So the next one we have is, let's see, Joseph Mitchell. You can, your audience.
And more Pacamayo family. I said to myself, I was just going to listen tonight, but I'm so inspired and excited because people that I come in contact with, I try to keep the sample in my pocket. I was working out at the
It's a
other
mini,
day
guys.
with
We
the
don't have samples,
individual
but we do
in
have the
my,
minis of the
exercise,
Rejuvenate
and he was
Gel.
complaining about his leg cramping. And so I gave him a sample and I said, well, go ahead and use this, take it home with you and use it. So I'm looking forward to hearing back from him. So I'm suggesting to those of us that love MoreMito, that are MoreMito representatives, keep some samples in your pocket because you never know who you might run into. And then there are those that
Yes, you can order a 12-pack of Rejuvenate minis. In the back office, it's the same price as a jar of Rejuvenate Gel.
It's just a high-tech salad, so it's not going to hurt you. It's non-contraindicative. So I just wanted to put that out there because this thing, I tell you, is so awesome and powerful. And people's got to know that when MoreMito become a household name, they're going to be looking for us.
Yes.
So that's just what I wanted to share tonight. So I'm gonna get off, and I just wanted to say that. Be blessed.
And you know what, man? Thank you so much, because that just goes to show. Listen to what he said. He said he was just going to get on this call and just listen. He said, but listening to the testimonies inspired him to say something. And that's why it's so important to say something. Okay? Go ahead, co-host. Okay, we can't hear you.
She's not.
With the mic muted. I guess no one will hear me that way. Okay, let's see. Thank you for your patience. Let's see. We have David Wavy. If you could present your testimonial question or comment, that would be great. David, okay, he's not going to answer, so that's fine. Okay, so the next one we have is iPhone 424. You are unmuted and your hand is raised. Please proceed.
Hi, I'm Olivia. And I have a testimony, but I'm gonna tell you what I tried. I used the Restore around Mother's Day. I needed to give 11 ladies roses. And for the time that I needed to give it to them, I said, I'm gonna try to put some Restore in a bowl. I sliced the roses in a slant, and I was letting, just trying to get it wet like it would be if it was in an actual vase.
Mm-hmm.
But you could actually see that the roses was like sipping up the Restore. And each of the ladies said that their roses had last a week, and normally their roses, at least by the 5th day, they start withering. That's for that. But I've been having some issues with my right shoulder, and how you say, Alexandra, when you're laying down, you're on your left. Well, I'm on my, I'm sorry, you're on your right, I'm on my left. And I started putting it on my shoulder, at the base of my neck, all the way down my spinal cord to my tailbone, at the bottom and around where my arch is on my foot. It's still, I have a little bit of a pain, not really pain, discomfort, but not like it was last night. Thank you.
I wanted to ask you a question. Are you mixing the two together?
Mixing the two, I sure am, sir.
Okay, excellent.
What
Yes.
he means by
That's
that,
good. I
mixing
wanna
the
make sure
Restore
now.
oil into the Rejuvenate Gel.
This pain started, when did you start having the pain?
Going to sleep, I go to sleep by reading some books. So my bed has a whole bunch of books in there. And when I turned over, I guess with the book being there beside me, because it's kind of thick, it's like a 700-page book, when I fell asleep. It was deep sleep, but then it annoyed me where I had to get up.
Okay,
And like
so
the lady said, I keep my technology with me.
so how often are you applying it daily?
I did it. It just started last night, so I
Okay.
did it twice today.
Okay, so yeah, so it started last night. So you woke up this morning
Yes.
and you applied it right when you probably got out the shower.
Yes.
Okay, now, so do you apply it twice today?
Yes.
Okay, what time?
I'll be applying it shortly after. I didn't want
Okay.
to be moving around and miss some of the information from today.
Okay, so let me say
Yes,
this.
sir.
What time zone are you in?
I'm in Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, same time zone. Okay, so this is my point. This
Yes.
is the reason why earlier I talked about getting the technology and applying it, because what we have learned is that people are not using it often enough. My recommendation is I want you to apply it every hour on the hour.
Okay.
Because you've only applied it twice,
Yes, I have.
right? So what time did you wake up?
Well, I got out of bed like around 10ish. So
Okay.
I had been up a while, and
Okay.
that's when I was starting to move around. That's when I could feel it in my shoulder, and
So we
that's
have
when I started. So from 10, and I'm going to say I put some more on around 3ish.
Okay, so you got 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. You got 5 hours that went
Yeah.
by without applying it. So
Right.
my point is that, and this is my point, ladies and gentlemen, is that when we get on these calls and we hear that people tell their testimonies, which is great, absolutely wonderful, but then when they, like when she said she still has a little bit discomfort, every time that you feel that discomfort, or every time you think about it, that's
Put
when
it on.
I'm gonna want you to apply it every
Mhm.
hour on the hour. Because if you do that, you got to really get it in there, get the work in it, massage it in, and let it do what it's supposed to do for you. You can go ahead and put it on your shoulder, and then if you want to, go ahead and put a plastic bag on it to help the heat from your body to penetrate within.
Okay.
Now, I know some people might disagree with me, because some people says that doing the plastic like that gets into the skin. I do know that if you were to warm something up in the microwave, that those plastic particles get into the food. Yes, but I don't know if you put plastic on your shoulder, if the heat from the body is going to cause the plastic to get into your pores. I don't know that. So
Gotcha.
I will do some research on that to find out. But
I have some wool I could use.
that's fine. Yeah, have some wool, or you know what? Maybe what's that other stuff called? That other stuff, the wax paper.
Okay.
You know, wait, that's just a thought, but I
Right.
don't know. I don't. Hang on. Let me hang on, please. Okay. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I'm just thinking of other ways, because most people put the stuff on their shoulder and they don't put on their blouse or their turtleneck or their sweater or whatever, and then
It
those
rubs
the
off.
fibers will soak up the stuff. I'm thinking of a way to go ahead and maybe put the plastic or the wax paper or saran wrap or whatever, so the heat can help penetrate it. Okay, but check into that to see,
Depending on the
if
size
that's
of the
comfortable
area
for
that's
you.
hurting, you
Okay,
could just put a Band-Aid.
thank you.
You know, because
Okay,
they have
go
different
ahead,
size
Carlos.
Band-Aids. You need one of the big Band-Aids if it's a,
Okay,
you know,
great.
kind of a larger
The
area.
next one we have here is, let me see, let me look. We had Joseph Mitchell. I know he's given a one. Did you want to give another testimonial or a question?
Yes, I'm old school here, and I remember the old timers used to use wool or cotton when they had the pain on their shoulders and joints, and they would wrap that with a wool cloth or a cotton cloth to alleviate the pain. I'm just sharing that. And I saw where my grandma, my grandpa, it worked for them. See, I'm 76 years old, and I remember them old school remedies. So that might help too.
Okay, great. But thank you for sharing that. And I hope that number 424 was able to take notes on that as well. Thank you so much. We appreciate your testimonial on that, coming forward with that. Okay, let's see. Our next one we have is Brian.
Yes.
You have been patiently waiting. Please, you have our attention.
A great presentation. I love the professionalism and the leadership. A little bit about I have 2 shoulder tears. So what takes place, one is worse than the other. Only one's slightly hurting now. And I've been applying the technology for close to 2 months now. From carpal tunnel to knee surgeries to sciatic back pain. No more pain, only in the shoulder. But this is what I've been doing recently, and it's diminishing the pain. I wait till when I get out of the shower, and I put it right under my underarms, because there's a lymph node area. So it's right next to the area where shoulder pain is, and that's alleviating the pain also. So I wanted to let everybody know that. And as we know, the base of the feet, I also put it in my nostrils now because I'm working on my eyes. So I put it on the eyes. I use the pet technology within the eyes, put the cream on the eyes. But now I'm sticking it around my nostrils, pressing my nostrils, and also taking a Q-tip and putting it up my nostrils. Because it's all in the same area. My
I do all
goal
of
is
that,
to
but I
go
use
through
the actual Restore,
3
which
jars
has
of
all 44
Rejuvenate
ingredients in it.
within 2 weeks. So I'm applying it everywhere because it's been working everywhere. So my understanding is if you apply for it, you're going to get better results.
That's right. The more
So I
you
just
use,
wanted
the
to
more
share that
results.
based on my scalp.
But definitely
No more
start
bald
out with the
spots. I had a bald
recommended
spot,
dosage
that's gone. Behind
and
my
go
ear,
from there.
anywhere that I can think of, especially all your lymph nodes. If it would be smart to Google and get a body chart. And like I had a mass on my pancreas. I can't wait to go for my MRI to see if that's still there. But I have my wife rub me down where my pancreas is. So get a body organ chart and start applying it in those areas. Then get the foot chart because all your nerve endings are in your feet. So start massage, take your time and just massage it into your feet. All right, your belly button, your navel, anywhere that lymph nodes are at, anywhere
Put it
that
in
you
your
can
navel,
apply it,
helps your
put it
gut
there.
issues.
Thanks for taking my call.
Have a regular issue, put some in there, and also
You know, when you buy more,
Restore
you can apply
all
more. Okay, so
and
that's
Renew
awesome.
Brain
You
and
said I
Body
have
by
a goal
mouth.
to go through 3 jars in. You said in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah. So the other thing that you want to do is look at maybe getting, the special with the 4 jars. You pay for 3, you get 1 free.
You know I did that.
Okay, good, excellent. And you mixing the Restore with the Rejuvenate.
Yes, I am. A lot of it too. It's bright orange.
Okay, there you
pretty
go.
Orange.
There you go. That's excellent. So thank you for that. Go ahead, co-host.
Okay, great. I'm taking notes as well because I can definitely be able to use it with my family as well as share it with my mother and my father. So thank you all for everything. We definitely appreciate it. Our next one we have is Rebecca Varela. You have been patiently waiting. Please unmute yourself and present your comment, testimonial, or question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling me for Alexander. Tremendous, a great presentation. I'm one of the ones who, I'm an anti-plastic person. However, I think the gentleman came on and talked about the cotton, and you also made some other recommendations. But let us remember this about the Rejuvenate. That Rejuvenate, as soon as you touch it, it goes right into your skin, right through your bone, and goes all the way down to the marrow. So if it's going down to the marrow, it's definitely going into all the organs. 1, 2, the lady, I think with the shoulder, one of the things I did, although it hurts, try to massage it a little bit, not just rub it on, just try to massage it a little bit. And honey, do it 6, 7, 8 times a day.
Yeah,
And
you can never do it too many
a couple
times.
of days, or maybe one day, I don't know, it depends on your body, it will disappear. It did that for 4 broken ribs I had, and 3 days, it was gone. My ribs were healed. So it depends what your body does, of course. But that's what you need to do, honey. Attack it, just like it's trying to attack you, attack it and get it out of your body. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, co-host.
Yes, okay, so our next one we have is, I'm sorry, Grace White. I just took your hand down, but go ahead, you're next. Apologize for that.
I wasn't sure. Do you see Courtney? Do you see a name, Courtney? I wanted her to share her testimony.
Yes, I do. Courtney Monique?
Yeah, Courtney, do you mind coming to the front of the call?
I've asked her to unmute.
Okay.
There she is. She's unmuted. Alexander, is it okay if we get a testimonial from Courtney Monique?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to mute you, Grace, so we can hear from Courtney, if that's okay. Okay, go ahead, Courtney Monique.
Okay, well, at first, I was a little, I think I was experiencing allergy, maybe. I'm not really always sure if it was that or I was just already very strong. And I was on an alkaline diet, so I couldn't understand what it could be. So I took my time. I was having stomach issues for a few years, but it just came out of nowhere after coronavirus. and I was at my wit's end, and I wanted it to go away. And I heard all these great things about MoreMito left and right, and I was like, I gotta get some of that. I gotta be in the loop. And so I gotta try it, but I'm always worried about medicine, so and things, and I'm very holistic. I took just a little drop, put it on my stomach, and rubbed it in, and immediately I felt something come over me, and I got a little weak. I had to sit down for about 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden I got a lot of energy, super energy just came over me like a wave, and I went to the bathroom. And so after that, I felt so much better when it waved out of me, and I felt better. I wanted to use it more. So I talked to Grace and Mr. Hill, and he referred me to the Petlife that works for people with allergies sometimes. So over the past few months since I purchased it, I liked how it made me feel. I felt better. My stomach issues stopped. And so I was just always curious. Every time I look at them, I'm like, I just don't know what this stuff is, but anything that helped that stomach issue I was having, I believed in it. So I remember hearing Doctor on Saturday talk about oatmeal, and I eat mine with quinoa. So I dropped the drops. I started dropping the drops in the quinoa because I'm only using a drop these days when I first started. So I tried to do like Mr. Alexander spoke one time to try to like increase the dose. So that's what I was trying to do. So I got to like half of a milliliter. I was dropping it in my oatmeal. And my daughter was having bad skin, and my daughter had a stomach issue too since birth. It's going, hers is going away. I haven't seen any symptoms. Her skin cleared up. She was rubbing it on her face. I gave her a little sample jar. Her skin is completely clear, and there's no acne on her. And she was having acne. And I was worried I had to see a dermatologist, but I just started using the MoreMito in our oatmeal every day with nuts in the oatmeal, the quinoa, the oatmeal, the blueberries and the berries, and the MoreMito. And I just don't have no problems with my stomach. My skin is clear. My skin looks like it's not dry. My daughter's skin is cleared up. And that's just from using just little drop every single day in the oatmeal.
You can put it in your oatmeal like she did it, or you can just rub it on your skin.
How it's working.
You can rub the Restore Oil on your skin, and you can also rub the Rejuvenate Gel on your skin. You can rub the Rejuvenate Gel with the Restore Oil on your skin.
How old is your daughter?
You get great results.
My daughter is 14.
Okay.
She had celiac.
What is that?
When she was born, she had severe food allergies, and they later said it was celiac disease.
Okay.
And she had asthma. She had all kind of stuff, but I don't know what exactly MoreMito is, and I'm very holistic and I'm very scientific. I don't just go along with anything. And this MoreMito is really something. This is working.
Yes.
That's all I can say. This is working. And that's all I'm going to say for now until I continue working on myself with the MoreMito.
Okay, you had mentioned about putting some of it in her oatmeal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how much did you put in the oatmeal?
She said a half a drop, right?
I'm up to half of the milliliter dropper, so I'll say like 0.5.
Okay, not for you, but for your daughter.
My daughter, I do the same thing. First, I use it on me and make sure it's okay, and then I go to use on her.
Okay.
So the same.
You put about a half a milliliter in her oatmeal.
Yeah, per day.
Per day. Okay. Okay, once a day. Okay. How tall is your daughter?
She's 5'6".
And how much does she weigh?
She's about 160, 50.
Okay. What I want you to do, I want you to gradually increase it. Slowly, okay? because the recommended dosage is 4 mLs, which is 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. If you're only doing half of a milliliter, okay, which is recommended as 2, then she's not really getting a full dose. You follow me? So what I want you to do is I want you to somewhat try to increase it gradually. Since she has this issue with stuff that can kind of make her allergic to stuff, I want you to gradually try to increase it little by little, and then see what the outcome is on that. Does she drink a lot of water?
Yeah.
Okay.
I drink a lot of water.
Good. Okay. Because the first part when you mentioned it was basically when you said that you felt like you had no energy and you felt kind of weak, and it was basically detoxing you, and then you went to the ladies' room. Okay.
Yeah.
It was doing what it was supposed to do, and that was what? Detoxing your body. Okay. How much of it do you take?
Well, I was talking about the whole time. I've been talking about me.
Okay.
Then later I brought my daughter. So I take this first. I take 5 ml. First I was taking drops. I'm the one that said I only used a drop, and you were like, a drop? Yeah, I only used a drop to get that lady room.
Okay.
And then I only used a little bit on my finger on my stomach, and I did it on her stomach. And she said, "Mom, what is this doing? This is doing something," because it feels like it was making my muscle flex. And when it did the same to her, it felt tightened, and we was able to sleep. And I didn't have no stomach bubbling, and my stomach was tightened. I don't know if it went in there and just like shut it down. I'm just telling you what I experienced. I don't know.
Okay.
It's gone though.
Well, if you're comfortable with using what you're currently using, then keep using that. Because I do remember you and I talking, and you were telling me that you only did a drop, and I was like, "Ooh, a drop." And I'm doing a whole 4 mLs, right? And you're just doing 1 drop, and I was like, "Is it 1 ml or 1 drop?" And you said 1 drop. So if you're that sensitive, then keep doing what's comfortable for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. All righty. Awesome. You're welcome. And
Grace,
Grace, did you have any comments on that?
Yeah, I also want to say the picture that you have showing right there, that's my goddaughter. That's my goddaughter Imani.
Oh, okay.
And what you see right there is a before and a after of breakouts that she was having. And she did an after picture and said that her face had never been that clear even since she was like in grade school. Her skin never looked that good.
Okay,
and
awesome.
that was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, till I said I'd love to get on the call and give a testimony if she could.
Okay, I sure will.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Grace, for everything that you do.
God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Awesome
that's great. And I
testimonials.
also remember on one of the other calls, previous calls we've had, Alexander, where there was abdominal pain that was being presented to an individual, and a lady mentioned to me that she put the drops in her navel. So that's just another form of being able to get it absorbed into the abdominal.
So if you're having problems, say kidney, you can take the gel or the drops. The Restore Oil is what they're calling the drops. You can rub it right on the area because it goes through the skin to that area. So like I have a customer on dialysis, so he puts it, in his kidney area on the outside of the skin, so it can go in there as well as consume it by mouth.
Melvin A03, okay. You are unmuted.
Heart issues,
Please
same
present
thing.
your testimonial question or, please, you have the floor.
Thank you. Am I coming through clear enough?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Great. Thank you once again, Alexander and co-host. I appreciate all the comments. I've been learning so much, been with MoreMito since March 21st, 2024. And I've had an opportunity to speak to, as others of us has, speak to some of the MoreMito ambassadors that have been with MoreMito since 2014. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to speak to one person, and I was explaining to them and asking them to comment on what I believe has been happening to me. because of the way the technology was developed, I want to stress to everyone on this call, even if you listen to what I'm about to say, go back and listen to it again. Part 2 of the 2 parts of Dr. Bevan Elliott and Roger Hill speaking. Listen to that at least 2 or 3 times. He goes into detail exactly how he developed this and mentioned, as some of us know, that it wasn't him that really developed this technology. But what I was asking them to comment on was this. I use it, as some of you know, all over my body. All over my body. Wherever I can put it in, for the most part. And just all over. And I've done certain things just that I can show people. And here's what I realized myself to me. Our body, of course, was designed to heal itself anyway. And I got to the point where I got to thinking, wow, so whatever I was not born with, that's what it's going to heal. My body's going to heal away. And so we have to remember that and to explain that to people. And I think the most important thing is just get the message out. It doesn't matter what anyone says at all. I stopped the mailman as I was going to go work out and playing basketball today and got to talking to him. And he basically pretty much just ignored me. But I did my part and I got a message out. So it doesn't matter what people say, even though our family members, our close friends may not feel comfortable. But as someone mentioned, I think it was me and LaShawn talking today about how people that took the COVID vaccine, as some of us called the jab, and I was kind of being a little humorous with it. I said we could actually call it the stuck-up-on jab. But we got to concentrate on what we eat, what we drink, get it all over you. And here's the key thing that he said to me yesterday. He said, massage it on wherever you have your pain or whatever. And after 5 minutes, do it again. And sometime what's going to happen to a lot more people, it's actually working quicker because, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't do it every hour on an hour, but when he said every 5 minutes after you massage it all the way in, and I was like, wow. Because as Alexander was mentioning, 5 hours without doing it is 5 hours you're letting it possibly, it meaning the mitochondria, 5 hours without using it, you're letting mitochondria have an opportunity to go out. And because of so much stuff is being sprayed in the air, being put in our food, even in our clothing, we need to stay on top of this and get as much of this technology in our body as we can. Because the other thing I found out, and I'll end with this, was even if I ran out and didn't order soon enough, I've been using enough of it, so I have enough in me to be prepared for any little gap of not having it. Thank you so much for all that you do. Everyone have a prosperous rest of this day and every of your lives. Thanks again, Alexander, and the co-host.
Man, you're welcome, man. Thank you so much. You guys on the Zoom right now, I brought up the back office to where I'm showing you what he was talking about, which was the interview with Roger Hill and Dr. Bevan Elliott as well. You guys can definitely go in there and take a look and click on those links and listen to those interviews to get an understanding of what he was talking about. You can also send those to people as well, okay? Let's go ahead and go to, John. John, you had your hand up, and now you took it down, so I didn't know if you want to comment on something.
Oh, yeah, I'd just like to say thank you all for taking the time out, because iron sharp as iron. And this is definitely, it's not a religious program, but it has helped me tremendously with my spirituality, with some of the choices that I make. I'm not doing some of the things that I used to do. I'm not tolerating some of the things that I used to tolerate. And my thing is prevention. And If you care about yourself, it should be no price that you wouldn't pay to keep yourself. If you see my dresser, I don't only not only sell the stuff, I use this here. I'm so grateful that it gave my dog. I had a Yorkie poop that lived 20 years. In a year and a half, he lived on longer. We're taking Restore, Rejuvenate, and brain and body. So don't be shy. And as they were talking about plants, I just got a plant like 3 weeks ago. Somebody left it outside the post office, and I brought the little baby home, and I'm taking care of it. And you should see what it's doing with Restore. I put it to the water. You know, it works for everything. It works if you work it. It works if you don't want to work it. Like they were saying, rub your feet and put the heat in it. Your feet has the most organs for you, the nerve system. There was somebody had their testimony that they were having ghost pain. Have any of y'all heard about that? Ghost pain? Where the leg is gone, but you're still having the pain there. This one limited.
I think it's called phantom pain.
Yeah, phantom pain. I call it ghost. I'm from Harlem.
Okay.
But anyway, thank you, Alexander. And I know I hope that you're recording this here because don't be shy, y'all. Really, don't be shy. Your testimony isn't for you. It's to help somebody else because you never know what a person is going through. And Grace, I'm looking forward to seeing you, young lady. And you all be blessed. Take care.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome, man. Thank you for sharing. He's talking about one of the first persons that I brought into MoreMito was a gentleman by the name of Jim. And I had talked to him and called him and told him about technology. And he asked me, he said, Alexander, he said, do you think it'll be able to help me in my left leg? And I said, well, yeah. And then he says, I'm having pain in my leg. I said, well, yeah, so all you got to do is just take the technology. He said, well, let me finish telling you the rest of the story. I said, okay. He says, I don't have a left leg. I said, wait a minute. Are you telling me that you have pain in a leg that you don't have? And he said, yes. And that's when I learned it was called phantom pain. And he got on the technology. And you should hear his story of not just him, but also his wife as well. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, co-host.
Yes, okay, great. Okay. Let's see. Did you want me to pull another participant or should we go to the chat now?
Let's go ahead and go to a butler who had their hand raised, the lady.
Okay, LaShawn Butler,
Yes.
please present your topic.
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be before you long because I can take over the whole call. I'm really being honest. I've been with this company for over 2 years. It has changed my entire life. I'm sounding kind of calm right now, but I usually just want to scream to top of my lungs because I literally tell people that we're the only company in the United States and international that has this technology. And what it's doing for so many people, I just can't even, people say this, it does this for this, and does it does this for that. I'm like, what is your medicines doing? I'm just saying, I mean, literally, you've been on
put a Band-Aid on it. They don't fix
years.
anything.
I mean, let's try something.
What we're
This
doing is
all
we're
natural.
teaching you how to
I'm
grow
gonna
your
start using the silent
mitochondria
dressing technique because I didn't think of anything because
so
I think
that your
they think
body
they're
can
overdose.
fix itself.
But guys, this technology
God
has helped
designed
me.
your body to fix itself.
And also, I'm so grateful for this call because I almost got discouraged, because I'm very passionate about this. I just lost an uncle who I try to help, and I know that that's going to happen with this business. When we try to help people and they just don't see it, and so I just kind of crawled up in bed and just kind of cried, and I just thought maybe it's my fault. Maybe I didn't do more than I should have did. Even with my mom, it had 4 stage. Should I have spiked all her food? Should I have but no, I'm just gonna go look for another cancer patient. No, I'm just gonna go look for someone that has neuropathy. I'm gonna go look for someone who has alopecia. So they're coming to me. When you think about it, when you go anywhere in life, They're right there in front of our faces.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't turn this off if I wanted to. And I tell people it's a ministry for me. I'm very passionate. I thank God for Roger Hill, and I thank God for Dr. Bevan,
Yes.
because I pray for something stronger.
Roger Hill is
and
our
I have it.
CEO.
And like you said, Melvin, when you have so much in your system
And Dr.
that
Bevan
I have
is
my
our
product coming
scientist.
tomorrow, I have a little bit of cream. But see, I be thinking, oh my gosh, I be feeling like I need my product, but you got people that sit it on the shelf. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
The more you can get it in your body, the more your body can restore itself. And another thing, for all the people who say, oh my gosh, and I get it, I know why people are taking their time using the product and not using it properly, because they're thinking I don't have enough money. We have a payment plan in place. It's really easy to do Afterpay. There's no credit check.
Right.
And yes, you just do it and you can get the bundle as low as $40.
But we
So
also
I
have
get
a
it.
way
We
that
don't
you
want
can
to
get
run
it
into
for
the
free.
second month. We want you to have
Just
the
by
product,
sharing the
but at
information with
least you're
other
getting it in
people,
your system.
and you get it for free.
And so, guys, like I said,
You don't
I
have to
could
worry
just
about
talk
paying
all day
anything
long. I
back.
haven't seen anything like this in my life. I've helped people that had pancreatic cancer. They were blind, neuropathy, diabetes. I've seen so much. I only heard one testimony,
Mm-hmm.
and that was in Billy when I first started in this business in 2024 in September, and she had HIV. That's all I needed to hear. I said, well, if it did that and helped with that, then it can help with cancer. And then now I start hearing all these other testimonies. And Rebecca, she was talking about the ribs, fusing together. I was just assaulted about a month ago. And I knew to go to MoreMito and rub it in. I did it on the hour. For me, I did it every 15 minutes because I know what this product did. And so in less than 24 hours, what the doctors told me, my bruised rib, I didn't feel it. So again, I can go on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
This is a deodorant, a toothpaste. It's whatever you want it to be. But you got to get it in your system and you got to use it constantly.
Yes.
Okay? This is what God has sent us. I saw you, Brian, in the chat. Yes, this is manna from heaven. God has given us back the natural resources of the land. This is the purest oil, the purest form for our bodies to get restored so we can see it happen. So I yield my mic. I love you guys. And you be encouraged, okay? You don't give up. Don't give up.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, on the screen right now, I do have a disclaimer. People have a right to say how they feel. They have a right to express how they feel. But remember, the product discussed is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. We cannot say that. You can use the technology and it's going to do what you want to do, but we cannot say, oh, I had a gentleman one time say, Alexander, if you can guarantee me that this will get me off of dialysis. I've been on dialysis for 7 years. If you can guarantee me this will get me off of dialysis, I'll buy it right now.
We
and I
can't
said,
do
sir,
that
I can't guarantee you that.
because we build mitochondria.
But what I can say
we
is I
don't
can
cure.
recommend that you get the
We don't do
technology
conditions.
and you try it and come back
If
and
you
give
build
us
your
a report.
mitochondria up, your
And he
body
ordered
can
it,
fix itself from
but he wasn't
anything.
even using it. Just like she said about it's sick thing. There are people that order this technology and they don't even use it. But they complain about the knee, the pain, the aches, the neuropathy, or whatever it is that they have. They complain about it. And you have something that can help you, and you won't even use it. But if your doctor says take 4 pills a day for high blood pressure, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening, and 1 at bedtime. If your doctor tells you to do that, what are you going to do? You're going to do what the doctor tells you to do. Okay? But does he know if it's really going to help you? No. Does he know if it's really going to work? No. All of us know that the doctors, and I'm not saying anything bad about doctors, that's not my point. But we all know that they are practicing medicine. And who are they practicing on? Us. They're practicing on us, and they make the mistakes. Okay, and we have to live with it. But you've got something that can be a blessing to you, that can probably do what you like for it to do, but you got to get it in you. Okay, go ahead, co-host.
Okay, so we have our next participant, iPhone 424 again. Did you want to make another testimonial, comment, or question? Provide a question?
I just wanted to share about the phantom pain. I had a brother, well, I had a brother, he's now, has made his transition, but, he had to get his, left leg below his knee, removed, and I was there after was returned to the room, from having his leg amputated, and he was like, wow, oh, my leg is itching, my leg. So I thought it was his stub he was referencing. And so I'm like, your stub, is it the bandages too tight? He says, no, it's like around my foot. It's itching. So I act like I was at the end of the bed. I act like I was scratching. So I was like, am I getting the spot? You know, am I close to it? Since, you know, you're kind of heavily sedated. So I don't want you to be moving around. And he like looked at me, and then he called me stupid. And after that time, before his transition, he never talked about having the phantom pain. I guess they know that they've had that leg removed along with that pain, so that's what it is. But with him, I guess doing what I said, he didn't have that. So I don't know if I may try it and then, you know, come back to us and let us know if it worked. But it worked for him. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. And again, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I didn't know about phantom pain until I got involved in this company. Okay, so there's a lot that I've learned. Let's go ahead and go to Thomas.
Tom Quantum. Hello, Tom. You are
Like they say,
unmuted.
knowledge
Please
is
provide your
power, guys.
Question, testimonial, or comment, please.
This is where you get a lot of health knowledge. Stephanie Alford invites you every Thursday to join us
We're talking to Tom.
on the
Is your
Zoom.
name Tom?
Yes.
Okay, it's you.
Every Monday
Tom.
on our conference
Okay.
call. Every Saturday
Okay.
on our conference call. We have Zooms on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
I've had tinnitus for 40 years. 40 years are running in my ears. And I'm almost completely deaf now.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, we're listening.
So, is it possible for the brain to regenerate where I can hear again?
What I have heard by getting on these calls, let me ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind. Are you currently on the technology now?
Well, I've had some, but I'm almost out.
Okay. Did you order a bundle? Did you order the Restore and the Rejuvenate?
I got the Restore and the Rejuvenate both.
The Renew
yes.
Brain and Body.
Okay.
That's
Have
the
you been
complete
applying
bundle.
it to your ear and behind your ear?
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Okay. And you've been mixing the two together, is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. I did hear on the call one time that this lady said that she put like 2 to 3 drops of the Restore in her ear. Okay, now, I'm not saying that that is going to resolve the issue. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you want to try that, you can. Okay? How long have you been on the technology now?
I've had some for about a year and a half now. I need to order some more Restore. I've got plenty to Rejuvenate, but I need to order some more Restore.
Okay,
Plenty
so
of Rejuvenate, he's not using it
orders
enough.
you placed? How many times you purchased?
Probably haven't done it enough times.
Okay, the reason I was asking the question is because if you've only purchased the technology, if you only bought a bundle one time, have you been buying a bundle every single month?
No, I have not been buying every month.
How many times?
I'm on disability. It's very tough to get by.
Okay. So let me ask you
Share it
this:
with
how
other
many
people
times
so
have
you can
you
get
made a
it for free.
purchase of one of the bundles?
Probably about half a dozen times.
Okay, 6 times. Okay. I think that, and I'm asking a question because I'm thinking that you're not applying it enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you should, and this, and again, you know, everything is trial and error. Okay, so I think that you should be applying it on your ear, behind your ear, and maybe put a couple of drops in your ear, maybe at least 4, 5, 6 times a day. Okay, but I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying about, you know, it being expensive, or you know, you can't afford it, or you might run out. I understand. But I also want you guys to understand something. We have a program where you can get the technology for free.
Yes.
You can get it for free. I've been in this company for
Just
2
make
years.
sure you're
I
a
have
referring
never,
customer.
this
So
is
if you're
just
just a
me.
customer,
Each
go in your
person
back
is
office and
different.
change to referring customer.
I've been in this
If you
company
don't
for
know how
2
to do
years. I
that,
have
get with
never ever
you know the
used
person
my
that brought
credit
you
card
in,
or debit
or you can
card to
call
make a
customer service.
purchase.
They can assist
Why?
you in that.
Because I make enough money to cover my cost of my bundle every single month, plus some. Okay.
And then
So
start
you have that
sharing with
same
people.
opportunity, which is sharing the technology, getting people on the calls, getting people on the Zoom. You know, you're older. You know people that have health issues, leg or pain or arthritis or neuropathy or whatever it is. You ought to be inviting people to the corporate update calls that we do every Monday and Saturday, and follow back up with them. And get this information to them, because then you could share this information, ladies and gentlemen. And don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I want you guys to know I put in 22 people in this company in 2 weeks because I was excited. I was excited about sharing and telling and getting people on the calls and making sure that they got on the calls. I remember one evening, I think it was on a Monday, that I made a commitment to myself, not to anybody else, but I made a commitment to myself that I was going to have 20 people that told me yes, they will be on the corporate update call. I had 19. Okay, and I followed back up with every single person to find out what did they think, how did they feel, you got any questions, and 75% of those people joined. You have that same opportunity to share it, get some business cards. Oh, and let me show you this, because I know we got to move on. I want to show you
Company
guys
already
where
has the
you
business
can go to
cards
get
for
your
you.
business cards. If you guys can see my screen right now, you're going to go up on the upper left hand corner, put your cursor where it says my info. You're going to come down to where it says my business cards, and you're going to click on it. These are some business cards that you can print out. There's 2 links here, and I want you guys to take the time out and to look at each of the links. Okay, you can have it where the person can go to my homepage, or they can go to my flyer. This QR code that they can scan, it'll take them right to your information. This is in your back office. We've got the tools that you can utilize to get this information out to the people to help build your business. Okay? Any questions on that? Excellent. Okay, Tom, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. I just recommend that maybe try to get people to the calls. You get plugged into the calls. The more you learn, the more you have, the more you are able to teach. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Melvin. Go ahead, sir.
No, he put his hand down. Oh, no, he's not. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead. You're unmuted.
Thank you, Tim. Yeah, just one thing I wanted to help everyone with that's been helping me and some of my team members is on your Petlife, on the Petlife bottle, it says that it's endorsed and recommended by Pet Sitters Ireland. I went to the website finally for the first time. I wish I did this sooner. But on that website, they've got some phenomenal testimonials that you can show people that have animals.
Yeah.
And as we all know,
Yeah,
Nick McCullen and his wife Kate, they are the owners.
Yeah, I have to cover that up because
they cover the whole
some of the social
country
media
with
sites
this.
will kick us off
When you get a chance, go
if we
to
show
that
certain
website.
information. So try
And
not to show
as we all know,
the contact
people
information.
love their pets and animals. You get someone to help improve their pets' health.
And you don't need his
You
contact
got them
information
also
anyway.
too.
You need
Thank you so
the
much.
person that invited you. So whether it was myself, Stephanie Alford, or whoever forwarded the information to you, that may be a customer. Uh-oh. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make a comment when we were sharing. I think his name was Tom that was asking about the ears and stuff.
Yes.
And all the information that you gave was great. But Dr. Dan or Dr. Boswell would share also that bone that you have behind your ear. Tap it 30 times after you put the product on. Tap it 30 times, and what has happened? A lot of people with doing that, it wakes something up in there, and so sometimes people have heard like a crackling in their ear, and then sometimes people just all of a sudden start hearing. So, but that when you tap it 30 times, that actually goes in there and assists, with what's going on in your body. Thanks for letting me share.
Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and go to LaShawn. Butler, you got your hand raised.
I do. I just, when I first got into this business, when a husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Lashley, they had came to me about the product and things like that. I went on YouTube and I saw Stephanie. Hi.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say hi. Like, she's the one who showed me that this was a real company. I saw her doing videos and I was just so blown away. I couldn't believe I just heard her voice just now. And again, I just want to everybody to just be encouraged. It's almost like you just want to just tell people to just try the product. I mean, and you don't want to tell them this all we got, but it kind of really is. It's a lifestyle at this point. I mean, just use it crank it up. Like you were saying, Alexandria, if you're supposed to take your meds 4 times a day, then use MoreMito 8 times. You're going to have to counteract and use more of this if you're going to use the meds. And I'm not saying that's not supposed to be in the body, but look at the side effects. I need my heart.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and go to Grace. Okay, guys, Grace will be the last one because we've got to get going.
Guys, I just wanted to say something real quick. I really appreciate you, LaShawn. Thank you for not giving up and coming back on the call, because your testimonies and the other gentleman from New York, your testimonies really encourage the other people that are out here. And I know everybody's doing something, but the ones that's out here that's like in the hospitals, and you already know how we run. But I just want to thank LaShawn for just that encouragement. You don't think you're doing something, and that as you're speaking on the call, you really are. You are such an encouragement. I just want you to encourage you. Don't stop. Get it. Love y'all.
Hang on.
And I loved hearing that she watched my show, Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie on YouTube. So,
lower your hand,
I know a lot of people watch it, and I'm glad that it's helping people.
Go to the chats real quick while I try to get this video to come up.
Okay, I'm sorry, Alexander.
No, I was going to say to go ahead and go to the chats, please, to the chats real quick.
Okay, great. Okay, most of them are going to be just in reference to the other things, everything that's been presented today. So I'm going to skip some of it and just get right down to the quote unquote meat and potatoes of everything. Let's see here. Let's see.
Comment to LaShawn.
Getting comments about the great presentation and how they've enjoyed everything. The store is great for rubbing on the feet by itself also. That was by LaShawn Butler. Thank you. And she also mentioned that she believes the same way. Grace, I've seen miracles too. Exactly, 100%. And then John sends again his blessings. And then let's see, Pastor Sonia Harris says apply gosh, I'm getting tongue tied. Multiply, get the results. So apply, multiple times to get the results. So thank you so much for sharing that. And that's with the product itself. During the times when, it wasn't being applied enough to some of them who were giving the comments. So I just apply it more. Grace White, she says, I use a heating blanket and heating pad. So she uses that as opposed to perhaps maybe having the plastic. So she uses that. Thank you for sharing that, Grace. Brian says, Anderson, your slide photos are, okay, he's saying something else. Okay. LaShawn is giving props to Melvin. And let's see. And then Brian says, I agree to massage in numerous times. So again, it's the repetition there in applying the product, getting it absorbed in the skin so that it can go through and help with the area of concern. Let's see. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to get here. iPhone 424. My brother in 2005 had his left leg amputated. Okay, so she did speak of that. So thank you so much again, 424. She's presented it here in the chat. And then she did speak about the phantom pain as well. So that one was covered. Brian, we give the Bible what is needed. It will heal itself. Have a father. Okay, so he's giving his praises on the product as well. Thank you so much. Let's see. Oh wow, we're almost down to the bottom. Let's see. Actually, I think that probably about does it in a nutshell. This is kind of again reviewing over things. Lisa RN says, how do you make changes or edit your business card information?
You're gonna have to log in your back office. As a matter of fact, I'm not even in there no more because I paused the screen. And I don't think there's a way for you to edit it. Now, can you create and design your own? Yes. But you want to make sure that if you do design your own business card or flyer, you got to go through the home office to get it approved and make sure you're not saying something on there that is not, not suitable. Okay? You can do that. But if you just want just a basic business card to hand out to people or to mail, you've got it in your back office.
She may have been talking about how to
And let's see, I
update
think
like a
that's
phone number or
it.
something.
Again, just many love and kudos to everyone for their comments. Is our digital flyer in the back office printable as well? That's from Lisa Art.
Yes,
and
it
again.
is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And LaShawn Butler mentions, is there anyone that has the sickle cell testimonial that they can provide?
There's probably some in the back office. I did have a link that would take it to 177 different testimonies, but I have heard on the call of people talking about the sickle cell. I mean, I can't get to it like right now, but I'm pretty sure there's one in the back office somewhere. You can just click on Control Find and do a research for it.
And then Melvin has provided a link for PetSitterIreland.com.
Okay.
Pet sitters, and I think we're almost done, Alexander. Let me just close it up here. Let's see. I've been for about 2 months. I've had a break. Okay, so Donovan Colson, he said, I've been in for about 2 months. I've had a breakout. I'm sorry, not actually, it's a man. Hello, Donovan. I apologize for saying he. I couldn't read the name real good, but I apologize for that. Yes, ma'am. Did you want to present it?
It's Divine.
Divine.
And, I had started the product back in June, and I left to go out of country. And while I was out of country, I started having real tiny bumps that outbreak broke on my lips. And then I continued to use the product, but I was just using it sparingly because I didn't want to run out before I got back to the States. So as I was using when I got back, my lips got really flaky and dry, and they started turning dark. So I was just wondering if possibly I was detoxing. I've received my second order, and I decided to start using it heavier, and the flakes had started really more, and then now it's calmed down a lot.
And just wondering if that was a form of me detoxing.
Well, I think it is because if you would have said it's gotten worse, okay, but you said it's really calmed down a lot, I think that might have been a form of detoxing. But this is my first time hearing somebody breaking out. No, is it just in your lips or on your lips? That's the only place.
It when I started using it heavier, it was the inside I blistered, and then the outside of my lips had really dried like tire treads, and so I got the second order and started using it. I ran out. So then, in the process of running out, then it calmed down a bit in between. So now it is really calmed down, and my lips were actually swollen. So
Okay. This is the first time of me hearing this happening to somebody in 2 years of me being in the company. But my concern is, you said you left and went out of the country. I'm wondering
Go ahead.
I'm wondering, could it be something that was in the air? Could it have been something that you ate? Could it have been something that you washed your face with? You know, the change of the water, or something that you was drinking while you were out of the country. I don't know. If you were at home and you didn't go out of the country and it happened, then I would have been saying, okay, it could have been, it could have been your body detoxing. But because you went out of the country, it could have been something that you ate. It could have been something in the food. It could have been something in the water. I don't know. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
The tiny bump started before I left,
Okay.
and then my lips swelled.
What I would recommend, because I really can't give you any advice on that. This is my recommendation. This coming Saturday, I would like for you to get on a corporate call and raise your hand and tell that story to Roger Hill and let him address that for you.
Okay.
Okay? Is that okay?
All right. Yeah, sure.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're into 2 hours and 12 minutes, and this I try to keep the call at least at an hour and 30 minutes. And I know I got 3 more hands. I'm gonna go ahead and cover these 3 hands, but please don't wait, because I said it before. With no more hands, okay? But the testimonies that we're getting are absolutely incredible. So what I want to do is this: I'm gonna call on you guys, and I want you guys to take 30 seconds and say what you got to say, because I would like to show you guys this other video that I have. For those of you that can stay, you can definitely stay. For those that you have to go, I understand, okay? But let's go ahead and go to Johnny Cruz. Go ahead.
I just have a quick question of the young lady that was just talking about the issue with the lips. Because if you read about a lot of times with the detoxing, you will have different skin conditions like that. Now, and one question I wanted to ask, how much water was she drinking? Because a lot of times, if when you're going through detox, you have to make sure that you're drinking enough water. If you don't drink enough water, things like that can happen. And I just wanted to put that out.
And I realized that as well. So that had been an issue in the past, and still working on the water. So
Yeah, but
that
hang
could
on.
have very well,
Okay, hang
very
on.
well been it.
Okay, but you got to answer the question. How much? His question was, how much water have you been drinking?
Probably about 60 plus.
60
60
cups?
ounces.
60 gallons? 60
ounces.
60 ounces, okay. And you've been doing that, every single day?
Not every day.
Okay, all right. You probably might, now, are you drinking tap water?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, what kind of water are you drinking?
Spring water.
Okay. You might want to, might want to increase that. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Brian.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, to answer her question, my mother has oral thrush. She's had it for probably a good 3 or 4 months, calling me crying. She's 94 years of age. And I sent her the product. She took all 3, not just she brushes her teeth with the cream. Her lips were swollen. Her gums were so swollen. Her tongue was black. All right. Within a week and a half, she called me singing on the phone, laughing with me and my wife. So again, you want to take all 3 products and you don't want to stop. You want to brush your teeth. You want to keep the product in your mouth and gargle with it even if you can. I have my mother doing everything. So and if you're going to drink water, try to drink some alkaline water because it's a smaller cluster water. And if you get it in a dark blue bottle because the shelf life dies in a light bottle because the air, the movement, and the sunlight changes its molecular structure. But keep using the product because my mom at 94, hearing her cry, it broke my heart. And now she's not in pain with that mouth condition anymore.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Hey, I want to ask David. I want to ask you a question. When you put the Restore in your mouth, do you hold it underneath your tongue and swish it around, or do you just swallow it immediately?
I push it around. I use it.
That's silent. So guys, yeah, when you put the rejuvenate, when you put the Restore oil under your tongue, then it gets in your bloodstreams quicker versus swallowing it. That's why we suggest that you put it under your tongue and hold it for a little bit, right? And then she was just speaking and saying, yeah, it went off.
Technology.
No.
Okay.
No.
I guess it was a technical issues, guys.
Okay. I just want to know because sometimes people will put it in their mouth and they'll just swallow it. They don't hold it to get into their bloodstream. But I just think you're going through a detox. But again, go ahead and get on the call on Saturday and raise your hand and ask Roger or tell your story to Roger so he can go ahead and address that for us. Okay, that's what I recommend. I want to go ahead and I have a video that I want to show, but what I want to do is I'm not going to show it right now. I'm going to save it for next week because we're going in 2 hours and 2 hours and 17 minutes. So I'm not going to play the video. I will save it for next week because I want to respect you guys' time. I know it's getting, kind of late or whatever. I don't have a problem with, doing what needs to be done, okay? Because I'll be here till midnight if you guys need me to do, but I know you guys don't want to be here till midnight, okay? So, again, let me go ahead and show you guys, as soon as I find the slide that I'm looking for.
Sandra, I just wanted to make a quick point, that I find interesting in the chat. Cloud Mobile Stratus C8, she mentioned you can put fruit in water and make it alkaline like lemons. So I thought that was something good too.
Wait, repeat that again, please.
Cloud Mobile Stratus C8. She put in the chat. You can put fruit in water and make it alkaline like lemons.
Okay.
So that can help cleanse the digestive system as well.
Yeah. You guys heard me earlier say that when I go to a restaurant, I always drink warm water with lemon, okay, because it helps detox and flush the system out. But sometimes they will bring you hot water, like tea water, like hot water for the tea. And I remember one restaurant, I asked them, I said, can you guys bring me a warm water with lemon? And the lady brings me this hot boiling water, right? I burnt my lip. And I said, ma'am, I asked you for warm water. I could not believe what she said to me. And I'm going to tell you what she said. She said, we don't have warm water. I said, ma'am, if you mix half cold and half hot, you've got warm. I could not believe she told me we don't have warm water. Okay, so I should have, this before I got involved in the company, right? But I sure would have gave her some brain and body, okay, because she was not thinking. So anyway, definitely do that as well, okay? So again, I will keep the video that I have for this evening for next week because of time. What I want you guys to do, okay, let me resume this here. Our next, as you guys know, our next Zoom is on next Thursday, August the 13th. I'm gonna have a surprise for you. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I will have a surprise for you for next Thursday. Okay? And I'm working on something right now, and I'm gonna want to be able to present that to you on Thursday. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I need you guys to do is invite. There is no reason why you should not be getting your technology for free. See, how can I say that? Because every month I do. Every month I get the technology for free. And I do know it's kind of expensive. I do. Okay? But guess what? I get mine for free. Not only do I join the company for free, not only do I have access to the marketing tools for free, not only do we have calls and Zooms for free, but you can also get your technology for free. All you have to do is start marketing your opportunity, your business to people. Okay.
That's right.
So definitely do that. Okay. Anything before I close out? Any last comments before I close?
And I'm looking for LaShawn Butler. She probably.
I get free product and money to my bank account.
There you go.
Win-win.
Beautiful.
All from signing up for free. Yes, I love it.
Does anybody else want to have a quick one? We're getting some chats. Let's see here.
I got a quick comment. A quick comment that's been helping me.
Go ahead, Melvin.
Am I coming through okay? I'm sorry.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go up to some people, or even some people that I know, and then just tell them it's kind of what they call a takeaway. If you know anyone that's serious about their health, and more importantly, want to earn income while they sleep, please give them my information, especially someone you know. After a while, they're going to say, well, how about me? Just something that works. Thank you much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Anything else?
No, I don't see any more testimonials. I don't see anybody else with their hands up. But Bonita, she just mentioned something as a message in the chat. She said one needs to be able to successfully represent healing to sell. So that was her comment.
Well, not really. You don't really have to be successful representing healing. Because guess what? Before I got involved in the company, I didn't represent healing because I didn't know anything about the healing stuff. My thing is, I was excited about the information. And I would tell people, listen, man, you got to go to this call. Man, I heard things about this. I heard this. I heard that. And I'm just telling testimonies that before I even had my own personal testimony, because I didn't get the technology for like 2 weeks, I was telling what I heard on the calls. And the other thing that I was doing, you always hear the fortunes in the follow-up. When I was calling people and letting them know that I want them to get on the call, I made sure I called them 10 minutes before the call started. Why? Because I know that life gets in the way and people will forget. They don't think it's that important because they haven't seen nothing. So I would call them 10 minutes before the call, say, hey, don't forget the call's coming up. I look forward to meeting you on the Zoom. I'm sorry, not on Zoom, I'm sorry. I look forward to seeing you on the call, right? Because I wanted them to be there. After the call was done, I called them back. What did you think about that information? So, they always say things come to those things left by those who hustle. What if I didn't follow back up with the people? You guys know the fortunes in the follow-up. And I want you guys to remember this. Success is achieved and maintained by those who try and keep trying. See, nothing is going to stop you from trying except you. The only person that gets in your way is you. The only person that builds the brick walls in front of you is you. The only person that can change the situation is you. Is you. You are totally in control of your situation. The only person that can stop stinking thinking is you. Okay? You never can change your life until you change what you do every single day. Every day when you wake up, you have a new life, a new beginning. What are you going to make with it? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to close your eyes at night feeling like you've been successful at whatever it is you're trying to accomplish? Or is just another day that just went on by? Okay? You're in control of that. Everybody, thank you once again for getting on the Zoom. We really appreciate you guys getting on and listening and taking the opportunity to get and to invite and your testimonies. We definitely appreciate the testimonies as well. And we're getting on. Don't forget, folks, next Thursday, invite, invite, and invite.
Guys, don't forget to go and create your free customer website. Stephanie Alford invites you
Can I say one
to
more
personally
thing?
invite,
Another thing, sorry.
create your free customer website.
While you're getting your breakthrough, don't hold anybody back from theirs.
That's right.
While you're taking the
Share it.
technology, just know that it's going to help you.
Yes.
Like we were saying, you might have some issues where you might see some skin rashes. I had all of that. Your body is going to go through the pain because you're detoxing. But that's not for you to just sit there and wait.
And everybody doesn't go through a
That's-
detox.
you
Some
see
people
those
do and
signs,
some people
it's for
don't.
you to tell other people because you never know what they're going through. So I yield.
Thank you so
So
much.
create your free
Grace.
customer website.
I'm
Go
sorry,
to
Miss
moremito.com.
Geraldine White has her hand raised.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead, Gerald. I'm going to ask you to unmute your mic, Geraldine White. You do have your hand raised.
Guess they're not paying attention.
The mic is still muted.
Yeah. You're going to have to unmute your mic, Geraldine White.
So you can go create your free customer website by going to www.moremito.com/S Alford. moremito.com/SALFORD. Remember, if somebody else referred you, you want to get back with that person and get their website so that you can go and create your website from their website, because you have to be referred by someone, right? But if the person that the person that sent you the information, if they're not a customer of MoreMito, then feel free to go to my website and create your free customer website. And especially if you saw this on Health the World Show with Stephanie, Success on Stephanie, live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, TikTok, you name it. I'm constantly putting the information out there. So we look forward to hearing your testimony of you building your mitochondria up.
And it's a possibility that where each and every one is in, if you have like a Whole Foods or some type of health store, if you go and get you some Celtic salt, the lady who's not drinking the water, if you put 3 grains, you put in on your hand, lick the grains, drink you 16 ounces of water, and you'll drink more you'll continue to drink water after you've gone and urinated. You'll keep doing that until you start having your first bowel movement. You'll stop for that day, and the following days and thereafter, you'll just do it 1 time a day, preferably in the morning. Thank you, and good night.
See, guys, you get a lot of health knowledge on here, as we showed you.
Did we already do iPhone 424?
Yeah, that was just the one person
let's-
who spoke in the participant.
Okay.
We're finished.
I just muted her line. Okay.
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 You're done.
Okay. You guys, I want you guys, hang on, please. I want you guys to know, we testimony,
yes,
which is absolutely incredible. And I tell you, every single week is more and more testimonies of people that has experienced this technology for the first time, new people. And it's important that people hear new people. It's not just the same old people saying the same old thing, right? We got new people that's also saying new things as well. You guys, don't forget, this coming Saturday, the corporate update call. Monday, the corporate update call. Every time you get on those calls, you learn more. Every time you get on those calls, they teach you more.
Yes.
But again, this is what I need you guys to do.
Every time you go to the Health the World Show with Stephanie and listen to one of our episodes, you learn more.
That tells you, yes, it's the same link that you currently have right now, okay? All you got to do is just change the date. So take that email and just change the date and forward it to somebody, okay? And then call them to get them to get on. Invite 5. You invite 5, 2 will show up, okay? That's the reason why I want you guys to invite. Get 5 people to tell you yes. You really want to take it to the next level? Get 10. Get 10 people, 10 yeses of people telling you they'll be on here. Now, guess what? All of them not going to show. But what you want to do is follow up with them and to remind them to come on and to listen. Don't forget. This is your opportunity, your business. Okay? If your business is growing, it's because of you. If your business is not growing, it's because of you.
Mm-hmm.
We have a business here and it can change people's lives. Again, everybody, thank you so much for getting on and listening and learning. I appreciate every single one of you. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. And until then, you guys, take care.
Have a good weekend, everyone. Have a good good evening, good night.
Okay, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed that. So if you have not created your free customer website, you want to go to moremito.com/S Alford, moremito.com/SALFORD. Click join, then referring customer, complete the information, click submit, and your free customer website is up. We do have a free app as well, which is part of our free marketing system. So after you've created your free customer website, then you can go download the MoreMito app from either your Play Store or your App Store. It's going to ask you for your username. That's the same username and password that you use to create your free customer website. And then it'll ask you like 3 or 4 questions once you actually get into the app, and then you're all set. But there's videos on the training on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie. Just go to our playlist for training. And of course, make sure you subscribe when you go there and share this information with other people. Those tools are there to help everybody in MoreMito. It's not just for me and people attached to me. It's for everyone. That's why you hear me constantly say, get back with the person that referred you, right? So I'll give my information, but I constantly say, back with the person that referred you, because it could be somebody that referred you that, went on there, like, I think her name was LaShawn Butler, shared, that she had watched she had gone on YouTube and she watched my show, right? She was trying to do research, I guess, before she joined, right? And to make sure it was a real company, everything. And she watched my show. And that happens a lot. I get calls from a lot of people. And I have a lot of people that respect what I ask, because I ask people to text me first, because I get a lot of phone calls. I am very busy, guys, but I don't mind helping anybody out. It does not make a difference whether you're attached to me or not. I help people constantly, right? But I do ask that you text me first, text me your name, and, then, just kind of text me, what information you want or something, or, that you want to speak with me. And then we can schedule a time that works for you and myself. So I have no problem with working with anybody and helping anybody, because like I say, teamwork makes the dream work, right? You may be in a situation where, the person that actually shared it with you may have passed on, or, they may not, be even a customer anymore, or that may not be ordering, because everybody remains in the system. But so we have people that have different situations, and so people call, and guess what? I'm going to answer your questions and stuff. I'm going to try to help you the best I can. If it's something I can't answer, guess what? I know where to get the answers from. So it's a win-win situation. So again, we hope that you have enjoyed everything. We hope that you continue to join us. If you want to hear, if you were late getting on, or you want to just go back and hear the whole thing, as soon as it is uploaded to Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie on YouTube, then you can go there and you can listen to it 24/7. If you want to go back and listen to previous Thursday Zooms, they're there. If you want to go back, it's under the playlist. If you want to go back and listen to previous conference calls, there's there. If you want to go hear about somebody that has certain conditions, just go to our playlist and look at all the conditions, and there's several testimonials on different conditions there, guys. So again, Stephanie Alford invites you to continue to join us, and we hope that you have learned a lot of information, because knowledge is power, guys. Kings and queens, have a blessed one.